Hello, people. We are live. And today, um, let's see. I have not a question or a statement of what we're going to be talking about today. So, they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. So, why don't we take better care of it? Or how do we take care of our mind, our mental health? So that's what we're talking about today, good people. So come on and grab something to sip on, and let's talk about it. So today's, like I said, is that we're going to be talking how to take care of our mental health. Welcome to my channel. If you are on YouTube, I am live on YouTube, and I'm live in Facebook, and I'm live in Facebook. I believe I'm live in my Facebook group. I am not sure if it's going live over there, but we'll figure it out. So it says that I am. So welcome to my channel, The Art of Living Wisely. I help women pause and learn how to put themselves first so that they can thrive in health, life, and business. So I do have notes, so you may see me look over to the side. You may see me, but I want to make sure that you get this content. So my name, if you guys don't already know me or if you don't follow me, my name is Lisa Shackelford Anderson, and I am a certified health and wellness coach. Pretty much what that entails when you get deep into it. And my method is pretty much a life coach. So, and that is where my method, excuse me, of radical self-care, which is nothing new, comes into play. So I want to get into it and kind of get started. So, like I said, Lisa Shackelford Anderson, and I am health and wellness coach. That is, you may wonder, how do I know this? Who gives her the authority? Well, I've been coaching and healing myself and going through certain experiences for a very long time. So, if you are here and I don't see anyone in the chat room, which is fine. So if you are watching the replay, if you're watching live or watching the replay, welcome to The Art of Living Wisely. And can you share where you are watching from? What city, what country? Even if you're watching the replay, put in the comments, and I would love to see where you're watching from or how you found me. And if you are on YouTube or even if you're on Facebook watching this, I ask you to please go over to my channel over YouTube if you like what you hear, if you want to hear more. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get alerted. I will be going live. I go live every week. I am getting a schedule, so look out for that. So let's get into it, good people. Let's see. So we are talking about ways to heal the mind or to take care of our minds and our mental health. And so last week I talked about my 6 pillars of radical self-care. And it didn't start, but self-care is not a It is not something new, okay? But we kind of transformed it into this self-indulgence type thing. So one of my favorite quotes of late is, caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation. And that is an act of political warfare. And this is by Audre Lorde. And so that just speaks volumes to me. And me as a health and wellness coach, which is near and dear to my heart, I want women, especially women who are of menopause stage and women of color especially, to understand that taking care of ourselves is vital. It's not self-indulgence. It's not where we should feel guilty. So, in saying that, let's get into this, because today I am starting the first of a 6-week series that I'm going to be doing and covering in the 6 pillars of radical self-care. So I'm going to delve deep into each pillar is what I'm planning to do. So today is the first of the 6-week series in which we'll be diving into, and they're not necessarily in a particular order. I do have them in order, but wherever you start is fine, just as long as you start. So I'm going to be breaking down each pillar and giving practical ways to implement certain practices into your daily life. So last week I explained what the 6 pillars of radical self-care are. And let me see, do I have what the 6 pillars are? If not, I can tell you. So the 6 pillars, I was going to put it up on the screen. Forgive me, because I am a one-woman show trying to do all this and make it look nice and presentable for you guys. So the 6 pillars are mind, body, soul, spirit, opening of the heart, opening and healing your heart. And I'll be really going into that next month because it is the month of love, Valentine's Day. It's also the month of heart health. So we'll be doing the red day, to wear red. And we have opening of the heart, rest and renewal, sleep. And we have self-awareness. Self-awareness is huge for me. So if you missed last week's video, I will link it once we're done live. I will link it. I think it'll be over here. Link the card in order for you to go there. It is also linked. I think I put it already in the description. So you can also look in the description. If you're watching it on YouTube, let me say that. Watching on YouTube, you can go there to watch it. So, like I asked before, please like and subscribe. So today we're starting off with self-care of the mind, self-care of mental health. And this is personal for me. Pretty much all of them are personal. And as I talk with my friends and my sister-in-law, we don't take our own self-care as serious as we should. So in saying that, I'm starting with this because the past 2 years have been heavy. And I mean heavy. So it is imperative to have good mental health, especially what's going on in the world today. We have COVID. We have social and political injustice. We have lost loved ones due to COVID, even not COVID. I've experienced my own loss. And, you know, and really just living our daily lives. We have the fear of COVID. There's so much fear, anxiety, um, and uncertainty that's going on right now. There's just a mountain of things that we have to deal with. And so let me know in the comments. I would like to know what is weighing heavy on you. So, or let me know what's weighing heavy on your mind. I recently, in 2019, 2018, I became the full-time caregiver for my mom. And unbeknownst to us, my father fell ill just a few months later and went in the hospice, and I became the full-time caregiver for them both. And lost my dad in 2019, lost my mom in 2020, and things were just like, so we had COVID in 2020, George Floyd, and other numerous people losing their lives senseless, and it's just been a heavy period. So let me know what's weighing on your mind, what's heavy, what you have dealt with. If you're watching the replay, leave it in the comments, and we can talk about it. And I'll answer anything in the comments that you need answering. So hopefully, some of these practices, some of the practices that I'm going to help you with will help on your healing journey. That is my goal in this. So the following practices are not something in theory. These are practices that I use in my daily life, and that have helped me get through, and that have helped my clients get through, and even friends and family that talk to me that have helped them also. So this is nothing that I'm pulling out of thin air. Excuse me, these are things that are helping me. So I have certain routines. I have a morning routine and an evening routine. I will not be going deep into my routines, but I will definitely be letting you know what those are. So the first thing I want to start with, I'm going to start light here. So the first one that can help you is journaling. Now, journaling, you may be like, really, journaling, how is that going to help you? It is a great way, let me say, to start your day, and it's a great way to end your day, depending upon. So why is journaling is so impactful? Well, so studies have found that the average human has over 6,000 thoughts a day. Let that sink in. Per day, you have over, not 6,000, but over 6,000 a day. And I know that for sure to be me. I wake up, I go to bed thinking, I wake up thinking, and it's just this endless thought process, just continuous. And it's like, when does it stop? So trying to shut it down, trying to contain it. So what I use journaling for, I use journaling as a brain dump, So when I wake up, I want, I get myself together, go in, devotion, journal, and I need to get everything that's up here out here. I need to get everything in my journal. I was going to see if I had a journal by me, but I need to just dump it out, no matter how positive it is, how negative it is. I need to get it out of my head. And that's what you want to do. I mean, write down everything that comes to mind. You might be thinking about what you need to do at work. You might be thinking about your grocery list. You might be thinking about what happened the previous day. Whatever it is, get it out. So, but after you get everything out, especially if it's negative, so you get all the heavy stuff out. So let's move into something positive. Let's start writing what you're grateful for. What happened to you, the day before? You know, you might be grateful for something that's coming up. You might be getting ready. I don't know. You might be getting ready for a wedding. You might be getting ready for your child's graduation or something. It could be that big or it could be really, really small. Like me, I was like, I'm getting ready to go live, whatever it is, just put that you're grateful, have that moment of gratefulness. So, if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from, and we may put you up on the screen. So just let me know. So you want to have a balance with the good and with the bad. You want to end on a very positive note when you do this, because it gives you hope, and it gives you, it puts you in a different place than you were when you began journaling with all the negativity. So, it can be helpful with flushing everything out. And there is power in writing things down. So you don't just have to write, what grateful. Write your goals. When you write down your goals or you write down your vision, that is a powerful thing. And that, and it will happen, when you stay focused. So that's another way of using journaling. So with that, the next one, we'll move on, and I don't want to take up too much time, but so mental stimulation. This is a good one too. So with mental stimulation, we're talking about a workout for your brain. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's like exercise for your brain. Okay. So mental decline is common as we age, as we know, and is the most feared consequence as we age. So, you can keep the brain young. There are different ways you can keep the brain young, and they are simple and they are fun, some of them. You want to stimulate the brain, and when you stimulate the brain, what happens is that there are new connections between, your brain cells, your nerve cells in your brain. So, things that you can do: work with puzzles, word searches, crossword puzzles, math games. There are so many things that you can do to activate the brain and boost the memory. You can do memory games, and it helps with your concentration and your focus. So that is one thing. And I would say, when I did this, before my mom passed, I would get a couple of jigsaw puzzles, because me and my dad used to do them when I was a kid. So I don't know if it was nostalgia, I don't know if it was, I'm not sure what it was, but it helped me. And I love word searches, and those help also. But, stimulate the brain. The other is a mental detox. So I know some of you are going to frown on this. I know some of you are going to tell me that I'm not doing that. But mental detox. So you might be asking yourself, what is a mental detox? So, excuse me. So a mental detox, it is just that. It's shutting out the noise. So I don't know about you guys. So after my mom passed, just to share a little bit, it was so much. It was so much on the news. It was so much fear. It was just a lot, and I literally, and this is how I came up with Women on Pulse. I had to take a break, so I stopped my business. I stopped taking clients, and I needed to heal. Is what I needed to do. I needed to shut out all the noise. And what I did, so I unplugged, and I'm not saying, some of us do not have the luxury to just pause and paint, and create. But what I'm saying is to unplug each day if you can. Take 30 minutes, hopefully an hour. And this is a really good to do before bed because you can sleep better. So before bed, set a time where you're going to cut out all electronics. No TV, no news, no social media, and just unplug and relax. Just kind of so you can have that sort of mental detox. And just be still. You will be amazed. You will be able to sleep better. And when you're doing this, if you're doing a mental detox, like with all the electronics and everything, maybe do a word search. Even though you're stimulating the brain, it's still something positive. The detox is to flush out all negative things. That is what you want to do in shutting the noise out. So mental detox, just try it. And there, I may go a little deeper into that. And I'm supposed to sign up. A couple of coaches that I know, spiritual coaches. One is Althea Thompson. She went 6 days in the woods by herself, and she shut off her phone, no books, no journaling, and she just needed quiet. And in my experience, so today, in fact, I am supposed to apply for a Vipassana retreat. It's a 10-day retreat, complete silence. You do 10 to 12 hours a day of meditation, no phones, no books, no journaling, nothing. You're completely spending time with yourself. But that's a whole other topic. But I just wanted to mention that and how powerful that could be. The other thing is to feed your brain. Yes, I am going to talk about food. I probably will talk about food in almost every pillar, at least the first 3 anyway. So in this, let me see. I thought I had something else to put up. And feed your brain. So in a Kaiser Permanente article written in October 2019, and the contributor is David Lips, MD, and he states, and now I'm going to read this: healthy eating is essential for memory, mood, and focus. The brain uses more than 20% of our caloric needs. Research studies have found that processes that happen inside of our bodies that lead to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia begin years before noticeable symptoms begin to appear. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. That part right there. So Alzheimer's just doesn't show up, and dementia just does not show up. It's the same with cancer. Cancer just does not show up. It's already there. In fact, we are born with a certain amount of healthy cells and a certain amount of cancerous cells. Depending upon how you feed your body, your environment, and stresses, that determines what happens with disease. So these are things that just don't happen overnight. You have to take care of yourself starting early. I wish I had started early. And really, over the past year, I have done horrible, but we have to, back on track. So those are things, and food is healing. Food is definitely healing. So in key foods to consume, the key foods to consume, for our brain are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And this helped me. So I am a person that I have suffered from depression. And I'm not talking about, people say, I have depression too. No. I'm not talking about moody blues or anything like that. I am referring to depression, like medication. So I was on medication. I suffered from postpartum depression, and I also suffered from a type of clinical depression where I was on medication. And it wasn't until like I changed my diet that I was able to get off of medication. And I have been off since 2005, 4, 5, somewhere in there. So, and haven't had any problems. So, yes, I get down, but with all that I have been through and everything, I never had to go back onto medication. So, you want to, increase your omega-3 fatty acids. You might be asking, what are omega-3 fatty acids? Well, they are found in your fish, such as salmon, cod, tuna, even sardines. And if you're not a fan of fish, or if you are on a plant-based diet, you want to incorporate, and this is what I did. I incorporated flaxseed. I put flaxseed oil or flaxseed meal, started putting it in my smoothies and doing smoothies every day. I don't do smoothies every day now. I have found a plan that works for me, or created a plan that works for me. But yes, so flax seeds, avocados, walnuts, and you can even take a supplement. They even have I think they have a flaxseed supplement, or they have an omega-3. I'm not sure what's in the omega-3, but any of those, you can take the supplement. You can even cook with flaxseed oil to get that in there, especially if you're plant-based. That would be a good thing to do. The other food is berries. So berries have what they call flavonoids, and it's a natural plant pigment that gives the berries this brilliant color. And this helps. It helps with memory. Per research, that's what research shows, is that it helps with the memory. A study done by researchers at Harvard, Brigham, and Women's Hospital found that women who consume 2 or more servings of strawberries and blueberries each week delayed memory decline by up to 2.5 years. 2.5 years, y'all. That's pretty darn good. I do eat berries. I love my berry smoothies. So you want to incorporate those type of foods. And now this one, you're going to be shocked, I think. You're going to be shocked. And let me see something. I'm a coffee drinker, y'all. I love coffee. Like when I travel, we go to different coffee shops and see coffee. So tea and coffee is good. Good for you. So I have a problem when people bastardize foods. Um, and it becomes a problem in society. But I digress. So this also was a study, and I'm gonna say I'll give you the study and then I'll talk about um, um, talk about the consumption of tea and coffee. So, and I'll read this it's more than a short term concentration boost. So in 2014, a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, participants with higher caffeine consumption scored better on tests of mental function. Caffeine might also help solidify new memories, according to other research. Investigators at Johns Hopkins University asked participants to study a series of images and then take either a placebo, which is, a pretend, type of medicine, or it's like a sugar pill or something like that, or a 20 milligram caffeine tablet. More members of the caffeine group were able to correctly identify the images on the following day. So this is big. So caffeine, there's a science to all this. So caffeine is okay for some people. Let me say that again. It is okay for some people. Now, the other part to that is that caffeine is not to be consumed all day, every day. So, what do I mean by that? I mean just that. It's not to be consumed every day, all day. It is to be consumed, I would say, no more than I would say no more than 2 cups a day is what I would say. Now, if you are caffeine sensitive or very sensitive to caffeine, then no. You don't need any caffeine, and your body may have enough of it. So, I'm sorry. Whoops. Y'all, I'm doing something over here. But caffeine, you want to be very, very careful with that. I don't want to say, oh, it's okay to have caffeine or anything like that for everybody. Like for me, I had to have, I'm trying to check something, guys. Okay. Okay. So like for me, I had my DNA tested for gut health and a lot of other things. And so my body, I can have caffeine anytime. I am not sensitive to caffeine, but others may be. So you want to be careful with that. Now there is also a mushroom coffee, and I am going to hold on just a second. I'm going to add a banner to this. But there's a company, Four Sigmatic Coffee. And there we go. And so it's Four Sigmatic, and it's a mushroom coffee. So it has a lot less caffeine, than other regular coffee. Plus, it has the health benefits of mushrooms. So that could be a way for you to go. Um, it could be a number of things, like it could be, to use that instead of regular coffee. I'm not a fan of decaf coffee. You can try decaf coffee if you like it, or you could try tea. There are some different herbal teas that doesn't have the caffeine, but again, we want the caffeine if we're able to get it, because we are talking about the mental health and brain and the nourishment of the brain. So those are the foods, and that is the food group. So the next thing is be still. And I talked about this or mentioned it when I was talking about the brain detoxing, of information. So to be still, meditation. And this could also go, if you watch, the first video of the 6 pillars of what the 6 pillars are. This will also go into the category of my self-awareness. Sorry. So, but meditation is a great mental exercise. And I think it's a great mental exercise because, one, it's calming and it's helping you control those thoughts we were talking about in journaling. So when you meditate, meditation is a practice. There is no destination in meditation. Okay. It is a training in awareness, is what it is. And what you're doing is you're becoming aware of your thoughts. And once you become aware of your thoughts and then able to stop the thoughts, you let the thought be a complete thought. And then you just shut it down. So you let the thought play out, but you just shut it down. And you keep practicing that until you're able to go periods of time without having a thought and just be. And we have to remember, as my man, Dr. Wayne Dyer would say, we are human beings, not human doings. We have to remember that. So we don't have to be doing all the time. So this is a great way to help, heal and calm the mind. The next is move your body. So there's a house song I like called Move Your Body. Well, I don't know if that's the name of it, but anyway. So moving your body. So numerous studies show that 30 minutes of aerobic exercise, such as walking, jogging, running, swimming, dancing, 3 to 5 times a week, can decrease the risk of cognitive decline and also lowers dementia risk. So just moving your body and moving it in a fun way, not the dreaded, take a line dance class or a ballroom dancing class, something fun, but something aerobic that gets your body moving would be key, to that, to helping the mind and heal the mind. So the next one, and this is really kind of the last one. And that is, and this, y'all might get in trouble again, is a mental health day. So I have a story to tell. And it may set some people aback. But I used to work in the school system, one of the largest school systems in Michigan. And I come from a world of corporate. So in corporate, you have your sick days, you have your PTO days, is what you had. So when you needed a day, you took a day, as long as you had a day. When I went into the school system, the culture of it was offensive because it was a culture that nobody cared, and it was blatant. Um, so my vice principal at the time when I started, um, they had was I think it just been diagnosed maybe not even a year of being diabetic. And so she was trying to manage. She had lost a lot of weight, got her weight down, but it was still not being managed correctly. And she was stressed, which brought it on even more. And when she was really feeling bad, you would tell her to go home, and she was like, I can't. And this is not the first time I've heard this. She's like, I can't take a day, because it's going to look bad. We were, they were so stuck on how it would look that they put their job before their health. And I'm going to tell you this. Let me just say this. You are replaceable. Within 2 weeks, somebody can have your position, sometime less. So put your health first. You have responsibilities to loved ones, to yourself, to be the best you can be and to be healthy and mentally healthy. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying if you don't have any days or take one every week or anything like that, but if you need to, if you have it, do it. What I am saying is put your mental health first. And what is a mental health day? What do you even do on a mental health day? You do whatever it takes for you to heal, to come back to yourself, to de-stress. It could be, I know we're in winter here where I am. It could be as simple as going on a picnic, gardening, go feed the ducks, go to the park. I know we used to go to what we call Belle Isle here where I live, feed the ducks, you know, do get in nature. If you have a hobby, do your hobby. Whatever is going to get you in that mental state that you need to be in, that healthy mental state that brings you joy. Do that. So, um, so I do have a last one, but what I would like to know before we go, is which practice do you plan on implementing into your daily routine today or tomorrow or this week? So if you're watching the replay, let me know. What are you going to choose? Is it going to be take a mental health day? Are you going to sign up for a dance class or start running, or walking? Are you going to try meditation? Are you going to feed your brain? Are you going to have a nice fillet of salmon, or start putting flaxseed in your smoothies, or using flaxseed oil to saute your vegetables to get your omega-3s? Are you going to incorporate berries? What is it that you're going to do? Are you going to try, buy some jigsaw puzzles? I know those were flying off the shelves during COVID, when we were really in the thick of it. Are you going to start a journaling practice? Let me know. Oh, and I create journals. I do have one. I'm creating more. So look out for those. I will add a link to my KDP, one of my journals, in the description. if you're interested in that and getting journals, and there will be more. So as I go live, I will let you know. But this is an honorable mention. Um, is this goes a little deeper in the mental health, and that is therapy. We all have dealt with trauma, some worse than others. We have childhood trauma, relationship trauma, physical trauma. We're in physical pain that affects our mental health. And therapy is okay. Therapy is a way of healing. So I know several people that will rather just deal with the pain instead of healing it. That's not something I would recommend for anybody to live, just to suffer, just to choose to continue to suffer. So I have been in therapy several times throughout my life that has helped me tremendously. And I've had good therapists and I've had not so good therapists. It's all about finding the one that fits. Just like finding the right doctor. For me, I don't, if a doctor is not a good fit for me, I'm not going to continue go. You can hire and fire your medical doctor just as the same as you can, your therapist. You are in control. This is your body and your health that we're focusing on. So just remember that. So one of my greatest accomplishments are my boys, my sons. They're grown, but during this period of loss, my youngest, when my father passed away, my son's very close to their grandparents. When my sons passed away, my father passed away a few months later, almost, to the year of his death. My youngest came to me, after, some issues with his dad and, the loss of his grandfather. And he was like, I need to talk to somebody. Like, and this was how he was. I need to talk to somebody. So I'm like, okay. And I had always told my children that if you need help, because I can't help you with everything. As a parent, you want to. But as a parent, you are not always equipped to do so. So it is my job to help them find the resources to help them. And that is what I did. And so got the help he needed. Everything's fine, copacetic, we're good. And after my mom passed and some issues with my oldest son and some issues with his dad, he came to me and was like, I need help. And his was a little deeper. So he's still in therapy, doing fine. And another thing, and I won't go into it, but I'll touch, is plant medicines. There are some plant medicines that will help you. And this is a whole nother topic. And for some heavy hitters, which I hope to be able to bring on in the future and bring on to the show and get some input on plant medicines. But yeah, so therapy, consider it if you need to. There are many resources out there, and there are more and more, and there are different studies that are being, held by Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, and different therapists that are working in these different fields. So please, if that that is something you're interested in. But don't let the stigma of therapy keep you from healing. That doesn't make sense. We all want to thrive. Um, and what I didn't discuss here is brain fog. I will talk about that because I will do something on menopause for the ladies. So yeah. So if you're watching the replay, let me know. Are you going to implement any of these into your daily routine? That would be, I would love to hear and know which ones that you implement. Um, and remember to subscribe. Also, ladies, if you are looking for a community of women on pause, so I am creating a community of women. And so if you're ready to live a life, on your terms, put yourself first, your care, your health and your wellness so that you can thrive in life and business. I am putting that together. And so if you are interested, if you are watching on YouTube, in the description, there's a link to sign up to get on the wait list to get more information in regards to that as it rolls out. So if you're interested in that, please get on the list. And I will also, next week, I will be going back to coaching. So as that information rolls out, I will be doing hourly coaching, and I will be doing VIP days. In the community, if that is an interest to you, I will be doing monthly group coaching calls in there. But like I said, if you want more information on that, sign up. And that is all I got for today for our self care. So we have made it through. I'm super excited. Next week, we will be talking about the body. So self care for the body, giving information on that, and having some discussions. And that's all I got. I want to thank you guys for joining me today, for spending time. If you are watching the replay, please leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a dialogue. This is my passion. I love talking about health and wellness and life and business, because without your health, you cannot build a business. I'll be sharing with you about my multimillionaire squad that I'm a part of and that we're bringing together and bringing to women. And that will be discussed also in the Women on Pause community. So yes, we'll be talking about health, wellness, life, business, all of that. So something you're interested in, please look in the description and sign up and get on the list. So thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out. Take care. Kisses.